Oh, hell no, you can't sign me up for this. No way. You throw me in a world where Professor Diddletongues shows up, it's enough for me to turn tail and be Scooby and Shaggy and just say, zoinks, that's a ghost, I'm out of here, sayonara, biatch. Uzumaki episode 1, I was prepared for this thing to look crazy. I saw the promotional image. I've seen some key shots from the Junji Ito manga. What is it, like 19 chapters long? A 4-episode anime to be produced like it's actually Junji Ito's work being turned to life. Sounds like a horror fan's wet dream. And Jesus! The hairs on my arm didn't lie. At multiple points, especially if you watch with headphones, your hairs on your arm gonna be standing up and you're gonna be saying, I don't know what the hell these spirals are doing, but I want nothing to do with it. But see you next week for episode 2. Full live reactions over on Patreon. If you quite literally want to see me shit my pants in real time, it's basically over there. Jesus. Right from the get-go, you know you're in for a masterpiece. And you can't even say it's like exaggerations. Junji Ito is considered one of the greatest mangakas of all time. And Uzumaki is one of the names that generally will get tossed around. I think probably because it's a shorter read, and also it just the art was insane for it. But horror is a very interesting beast because I often find show doesn't always work the same way as tell does. And what I mean is if you show the viewer what the scary thing is, it's generally not going to be as scary as what their imagination will make it. So honestly, in my opinion, the best horror films are typically ones that don't show you exactly what the monster looks like, but gives you maybe a little side profile. It lets your imagination run wild, because your imagination can usually create something that's far more frightening. Not with this. Ain't nothing in my brain topping the spiral nonsense. In most shows, that dude with the crazy predator diddle tongue would be like the freaky shot. That thing was tame in comparison. The whole concept of essentially spirals, like that's literally the plot. That spirals are forming, and for whatever reason, people are starting to get obsessed. They see spirals, they want spirals everywhere, and then shit just goes wild. When they discover that dude in, I don't even know what that was, the tub or whatever that was delivered, and his body is stretched like there's no bones into a spiral. Ugh! I want to throw up right then and there. And then the way shit caves in, like there's this one girl who has no idea she's a spiral. That's my impression. And she has like a little crescent, I don't know, looks like she has a cracker under her forehead if we're being honest. Except our MC here is basically like, hey, that girl got a spiral on her head. And she's like, why are you running away? No one runs away. All the boys love me. So now I'm in love with you. I'm fascinated. And then she just gets consumed more and more to the point. Now, this was one of the key shots I knew about where, like, it was just, like, a bit of the eyeball and, like, the whole forehead was just a big spiral. But to see the eyeball get sucked into, like, this black hole spiral nonsense, ugh. Like, there is some stuff in this episode that legitimately made me gag. If you watch with headphones, I bet it's even worse. Watch in the dark with headphones, alone at night, man, you're gonna quite literally need adult diapers, let's be honest. But it's like, the fact that something, because here's the thing, take Berserk as an example. No one believes you can make a proper Berserk anime adaptation, because even if you gave it to like the best studio, the best team, it's never gonna always, like 90% of the time, it's not going to be as good as those single shot panels that are just drawn like they're the goddamn magnum opus of most artists. It's very difficult. So how do you bring that to life? How do you give something that, if it was a short 19 chapter manga like a Junji Ito, then yeah, Berserk absolutely could get a full anime adaptation to the best quality that we deserve. But we can't. Uzumaki, you would look at some of Junji Ito's art and you'll say there's no way to take that drawing, which is so complex, and have that be animated. But it's like they decided to go the motion manga approach, but not in the way that, oh, the panels slightly move. No, it feels full on animated. There's 3D. I'm pretty sure there's some rotoscoping in this episode. A lot of hand drawn. It's just everything they did about the production just screamed passion, quality, and they knew what they were doing. Because I'm pretty sure this got delayed a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken. And whatever they did, they seemingly cooked. I fully am convinced 2 through 4, because this is a 4-episode anime, are going to probably look just as crazy good as this. If this was like a 10-episode anime, I would be worried the whole way, because I'd be like, there's no way they keep the quality up. But if we got basically a 2-hour movie, all things considered, I have full faith. This is exactly what you imagine you would have randomly discovered when watching Adult Swim as a kid, knowing you shouldn't watch it, and then your mom's like, hey, why the hell are you having night terrors? And you're like, no reason, because you don't want her to cancel that channel right there. I'm like so giddy. Anyone who truly knows my tastes on YouTube, and honestly, there's only a select few, because if you know what my profile picture is on YouTube, you know my true taste. And for those who don't, it's Angel's Egg. I forget the exact when it came out. Very old film, mostly silent, but damn eerie. You gotta do a lot of reading between the lines and interpretation to try to figure out what that film is. Brilliant, one of my all-time favorites. This is the first time since I first consumed Angel's Egg that I truly got a sense of, damn. Like, that's peak psychological going into the depths of your mind and really making you think. Like, this shit is fan-freaking-tastic. Scared me shitless, but like, I watched this shit in broad daylight. I am not watching this ever at night. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not ashamed to admit that. You throw any horror movie on, I'll watch that in the dark. I ain't doing that with Uzumaki, man. Hell to the no. I'll watch in broad daylight. I'll watch with headphones, but hell no. The last thing I need is for someone to randomly... with my luck, I'm gonna be getting an Amazon Prime delivery, and I'll be seeing some weird shit, like, and then I'll hear the fuck, I'll be out of my chair. I quite literally will be Shaggy and Scooby from Scooby-Doo, and I'll be running. I'll be like, that's all on you, boss. Horrifying. What the hell are they gonna do? They say it's just the start. The start would be enough for me to just leave. Incredible. Atmosphere on point. The idea of the spiral. You tell someone that spirals are the villain and they're gonna think, how is that scary? They have a line in this episode where the girl's giggling. She's like, oh, that sounds silly. And he's like, yeah, it would sound silly, but when you see it, it's horrifying. And that's exactly true. That's exactly true. So if you don't believe me that this shit is actually scary, go watch it. Maybe you don't find it as scary as me, but if anyone says that this isn't a quality episode, I will honestly just consider you to have shit taste. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules, but that's just facts. Thoughts down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here. Of course, ring that bell. Like I mentioned, full live reactions, and boy, you want to see the full live reactions for this one. Over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Pranay Sumshwar, Darian Smith, Rochford Mullins, Diedrich Savon, Davlin, Harry Truscott, Inferno 19Z. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Y'all have a good one.